Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's, is a continuation to this franchise, and features most of the returning characters from the last movie. This movie takes place, though, at the original Five Nights at Freddy's before it became a chain. There's a deep, dark secret harboring inside this Five Nights at Freddy's. And now the characters gotta figure out what it is before it causes mayhem similar to the last one. I thought the first Five Nights at Freddy's was trash. I thought it was awful. I hated it. Here's the reasoning behind going to see that. Me and a bunch of friends from work, we all got together, we decided to go see this movie for whatever reason we could think of, but before we did that, we went to a restaurant, we had some food, one of the guys lined up some shots for everybody, people took them, we went to the movie theater, people were super trashed, and we were like, okay, this is the only way we're all gonna be able to enjoy this movie together. And that's really what went down for us. We watched the movie, we all hated it, but part of us enjoyed making fun of it and laughing at it. However, as much as we did not like the movie, there was clearly an audience for it. I mean, the movie made a ton of money, and now it's led to this sequel, and you know what? The exact same group of friends and myself decided, you know what? Let's run it back, and let's go see the second one. And yeah, how is the second Five Nights at Freddy's? Well, it's exactly how you thought it would be, and that means you'll either be thrilled to hear that, or you'll be devastated to hear that. Devastated is a strong word, though. If you're planning on seeing the movie, you'll be devastated to know that it's as shite as the first one. Right out the gate, I already knew I wasn't gonna like this movie because of the direction it goes in. People are just so dumb in this movie. Like, first thing out the gate, a young girl, she witnesses something going on with another kid in this Five Nights at Freddy's. She's going around trying to tell the adults, like, hey, I saw something happen to this kid. He might be in trouble. We should go look into this. And the kids are like, go away, child. The adults are talking. Look, I get it. People don't listen to kids. People don't listen to children when they come up to you and tell you something's wrong, but look, I don't know how you people are, but if a young kid came up to me with concern in their voice and fear in their face about something that might be going on, maybe I'll think they're overreacting, maybe I won't totally buy into whatever it is, but I will go check it out. No, none of the adults here care, and of course it leads to some bad shit happening that if someone dared to care, we wouldn't have a problem on our hands here, but, you know, they didn't, so here we are. And how do the characters go in this movie? I mean, I never was invested in any of them from the previous movie. I care even less here, or I care just as less here. Josh Hutcherson's back in this movie. He plays a security guard once again, and I mean, his role in this one, I mean, in the first one, the movie was at least attempting to get you to get behind him because he needed a job to take care of his sister. In this one, now they shifted away to making a will they, won't they with, you know, Beck from You. I don't know that actress name. I don't care to look her up. I don't care. I'll touch more on that in a minute. But yeah, that's the storyline they give him. Am I invested into it? Not really. And then his younger sister, I mean, she's so fixated on what she had the last Five Nights at Freddy's. She misses all of her friends. So she's like devoted to try to get back to a Five Nights at Freddy's and fix them and bring them back into her life. And look, I'll be honest, I forget a lot of what happened in the first Five Nights at Freddy's because, well, it's that forgetful of a movie for me. But I'm thinking back to that. I'm seeing how hard she's trying to get back to that point. I'm just like, last time you were friends with these animatronics, didn't they try to kill you and everybody you know? So yeah, it just seemed really dumb that she's trying to get back into it to try to save her friends after they tried to kill everyone. That's the way I saw it. Hey, let's talk about Beck from You. I fucking hate her. I hate this character. She's the most selfish character ever. She's terrible. Like in the last movie, the biggest problem I had with her is she clearly knew something about Five Nights at Freddy's. She harbored a very deep, dark secret to herself. You would think after the shit that she kept under wraps for so long that she would know, it's like, okay, if there's anything else that needs to be said about this franchise, about these animatronics, maybe I should come clean. Well, yeah, we find out in this movie that she knew a lot more about this franchise that she was already telling people, and yeah, because she held that so close to the chest, guess what? More people get hurt, more people die because she just wouldn't speak up. Like, I can't root for a character like that. I can't get behind a character like that. No. She's selfish, she's stupid. I hope she fucking dies at some point in this franchise. Yep, I said it. And again, this movie follows that PG-13 horror trope that they latch onto so hard, where it's like, hey, let's let characters be completely oblivious to shit that's going on, to situations that might be, you know, not safe. For example, there's this group of like YouTube horror streamers, whatever they are. They go to this Five Nights at Freddy's. They want to see what's going on in there. And the person that's supposed to be their guide, I mean, clearly there's something off about him. Like, he's very unsettling in the way he presents himself. He's very sketchy looking. Like, I don't care what you do. Like, you don't have to be a detective. You don't have to be a psychiatrist to look at this person and be like, something's off about you. Maybe we shouldn't go into this place that he desperately wants us to go into. But nah, gotta do it for the likes and the views, and you know, they just go in anyway, and what happens to them? Yeah, they all pretty much die. And that's the other unfortunate thing right there. This movie being PG-13, it really retracts what you can do when the creatures become violent, when characters start dying. There's not a lot of really satisfying kills in this movie. If there's a satisfying kill, it's because someone was a piece of shit asshole character. It's not because the kills were actually satisfying, like they were gruesome or they were bloody or anything like that. It's just, that's all it is to it. Like, if nothing else, they should have made the movie rated R, because at least then, when characters die, you feel more of the effect. And that right there could heighten the fear that could exist in this movie, but that does not exist in this movie. This movie's not scary. Like, yeah, the animatronics come to life, they fuck some people up, but none of it is remotely frightening. The animatronics aren't scary. They're more silly and stupid, if anything. Like, I was laughing at these things way more than I was ever afraid of them, and that's not a good thing. I was laughing at them in moments they were not trying to be funny. The movie also feels a stupid, relies on jump scare galore, where, you know, the problem is in this one, it's like, not only the thing doing the jump scare is not scary, but the build up towards the jump scare is completely predictable. You just know at every second of this movie that something's about to jump out, something's gonna happen. You can call it without even hesitating, and you will be right every time. You want to use jump scares in your movies, that's one thing. I mean, it's cheap, but you can do it, but at least give some sort of suspenseful build up to when they're gonna happen. Maybe if someone thinks one's gonna happen, don't let it just happen because people predict it. And that's not going to keep your audience on your toes. That's really what it comes down to. Also, yeah, when the movie is trying to be funny, because they're going to throw some comedy in here for the fuck of it, they just recycle jokes from the last movie, or they recycle jokes they used earlier in the movie, none of which are funny. Yeah, some people in my audience were laughing their asses off to it. Me and my friends, we were rolling our eyes and shaking our heads at it, because this is apparently the best they can do. So all in all, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, just like the first one, it's trash. I'm not invested in any of these characters. None of the actors really feel like they believe in this story. They're just here for their money. The story's very uninteresting. The animatronics, they're not scary. They're stupid. The kills, they're not satisfying. The movie just relies on cheap jump scares the whole way through. The humor in it doesn't work. That's just kind of what it comes down to right there. When the movie was trying to be scary, I was laughing at it. When the movie was trying to be funny, I was just annoyed with it. Ultimately, guys, it's like this. There is clearly an audience for these Five Nights at Freddy's movies. The first one made a lot of money. Apparently, this one crushed it at the box office, so there's clearly an audience for it. But look, it's like this. There was an audience for the Twilight Saga and the 50 Shades of Grey movies, too. Just because there's an audience for something doesn't mean those are good movies. It just means there are a group of people out there who want to experience them. So yeah, really know who you are if you're going to go into this movie. If you like the first Five Nights at Freddy's, if you're a fan of the game, you will probably enjoy this movie. If you're not either of those things, and I'm not, you will hate this movie. There's no other way around it. I only enjoyed making fun of this movie. So conveniently, I'm going to give Five Nights at Freddy's 2 a 2 out of 10, which makes it pretty fucking terrible.
This is so fucking stupid.
And yeah, ending completely set up for a third one, which will undeniably happen. We'll see. Maybe we run it back a third time, and maybe that'll finally close this shit out. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video, and as always, don't forget to comments, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.